Hey there, everybody. As always, welcome to the channel. Thanks for stopping by. My name is Rich. I'm the channel host, and normally here on channel, we're talking about drones, building our drone businesses, building our imaging businesses, and keeping up with some of the projects that we're working on. Today, we're not talking drones. Well, sort of in a way, we're talking drones. But I wanted to talk to you about website presence for a minute. So one of our new classes is about building custom deliverable pages for our clients with websites. Has nothing to do with this either. So in the case of today's video, we're just talking about getting found online. So we hear a lot of terms, things like search engine optimization and, Google has their whole algorithm as to how they deliver websites to our screen. So if we go do a search for something, Google returns search results to us. Now, I hear from a lot of people building their own websites, or even some of my clients, um, the difficulties in getting found and getting on Google page one for, what you're doing. And anything that's not on Google page one might as well not be there because none of us go to Google page two. It's pretty true. So the big thing with Google, we just sat down, I'm at the computer, I want to go find something. I want to search for, I don't know, let's go search for an RV park in Prescott, Arizona. And what happens to me here? We got Campgrounds RV Life, top 10 campgrounds, and then we've got one of our customers, Pointer Rocks RV Campground. Now, unlike some of these others that were advertisements, Pointer Rocks, they're organically found. So, anyone searching anywhere in the country or overseas, if you're in Massachusetts or you're in Australia, and you do a search for RV parks in Prescott, Arizona, you're going to find Pointer Rocks living on page one. So we do have a lot of other clients as well. And recently, I set up a temporary placeholder for one of our clients who's building a new RV park in southern Arizona. So they just really, really wanted to get the website posted up. They just wanted something there as a placeholder. And then they get some content to me. This was a couple months ago. Well, yesterday I got a panicked call from one of the park managers who's overseeing this new build out. So the place isn't done. And the owner was in town and was pretty ticked off. Why aren't we on Google page one? Well, I'm not going to show you their website, but here's the deal. Their website was one single page. It had a photo of an RV taken from one of their other parks they own. There is no phone number, no address, no mention of what state the park is in or what town the park is in. Well, yeah, that website's not going to get found by Google. Maybe they had 50 words on the front page. That was all the information they could give me. And a bunch of the words they used were coming soon. So if you're building a new placeholder website for your drone business, your photography business, your RV park, whatever it is, and you put absolutely no content onto the website, don't expect to be found by Google. Come on, be serious here. Google searches on words. So I'm going to go over here and Google has their whole explanation. Over the years, the web and the world have changed and they've evolved to change with it. I am actually very impressed with Google and their algorithm and how they do rank sites. And a lot of it is based on content. Now, why would Google send you to that blank web page I was just talking to you about? It wouldn't. There's no information there whatsoever. If Google sent you front page a link to a site that had no content, no information, not even a freaking phone number, yeah, Google's not going to deliver that to you. So if you're interested, though, you could do a search on how discover how Google does its search. Now, one of the items when I was reading below this, getting ready to do this video, which is more of a rant today than an actual video. To understand what results are most relevant to your query, we have a variety of language understanding systems that aim to match words and concepts with your query. Okay, the big part of there is language understanding system. Google is reading your web pages. So, and when they find repeated words over and over again, Google says, hey, this might be some of this guy's keywords, and maybe we should deliver potential, searchers to their website based on, how we have these language understanding systems. Now, in some other things that I was pulling up here today, Search Engine Roundtable, Google, don't publish empty or blank pages. Yeah, no, it's of no value to Google whatsoever. Google is looking for informative content so that when somebody searches for a business or service, that business or service comes up based on the search and the relevancy of the information on that business's webpage. So I wanted to just share this one with you. So for my drone pilots out there, for the people who are just following along here, maybe for some of my RVing friends, um, if you have a website and you want to get it found and you're not ranking with Google, you can pay for the ads with them, pay per click, or you can do your own organic search engine optimization, which takes time. By the way, this temporary website that I set up for the clients, it was like 2 months ago. So even if they had content, they wouldn't be hitting it with Google right away. It takes time, and Google wants to know that they've got relevant information. So when someone asks me to publish a blank page, just as a placeholder, I know I'm going to have trouble later. I'm going to get the angry call. And I've had that before with other RV parks who I fired. So I've actually fired some of the RV parks that we work with because I keep repeating myself to them. If there's no new content, if there's no new images, if there's nothing that would make you come to their webpage, it's not going to help. Even businesses like Wix, which is a smaller setup, they say, how to get your website in 8 simple steps with Google. Submit to Google that you've got a website. Sure, that's going to help. Prioritize proactive indexing, so indexing all the links on your website, your multiple pages. Once again, this particular person had one page with no information. Choose the perfect keywords. You can't just put all over the website keyword, keyword, keyword. The keywords are woven into the story that you're telling on your website. You need written content. Google wants to read written content. If you have no written content, you're not going to be on Google front page. So I literally had this conversation with the owner yesterday after the frantic phone call from their park manager. And I decided, I said, I'm going to use an example here. I said, how about yellow pages? Because he said, I'm older and I don't do the web. Okay. Well, if you don't do the web, then how do you know that your website's not on Google page 1? Craziness. So anyways, I said, let's take, the old yellow pages, for instance. So I've been around long enough that I do remember yellow pages as a kid. Could you imagine going to the plumbing section of the yellow pages and a big quarter-page advertisement? Let's say we got into plumbing, we opened up that yellow pages, and we look at the upper left corner, and it's one of the big ads, and it says Joe's Plumbing. And that's it. No service area, no town they operate out of, no business hours, no information, no written information. We do these things, we don't do these things. Call us 24/7, call us only Monday through Friday. So if we had this yellow pages with a big blank box and no other information in it, it's kind of like not having information in a web page on Google. To which the business owner said to me, actually, I'd probably go with that plumber because he's probably cheap. Oh, cool. So, how this comes back to us with our small businesses and things, and I'm not kidding, everybody. He really said to me he'd go with that plumber because he's probably cheap. I think the plumber is an idiot for taking out a quarter-page advertisement and putting no information in there. Doesn't sound very smart to me, and his plumbing business is probably out of business. So when you're thinking about planning your own websites, whether it's the custom pages like we're doing for our clients or an advertising website to show you. So when I do a Prescott drone photography, I did a search for Prescott drone photographer, and I'm coming up in the first position after all of the pay for ads. So here, to be on top of Google, someone has paid for an ad for Fly Photos. Awesome. Someone has paid for an ad for connectsecor.com. Okay, that's cool too. We've got some business listings, including ours. And then here we are, Prescott Drone, photography and video services from AZ Drone. That's us, that's me. And when we go to the main part of AZ Drone here, I just want you to see we've got some information, some written content throughout this. And that written content is what drives people to my site to find out about my services. Now, I'm going to copy azdrone.net. I'm just doing a Control C, and I'm running over to this cool thing called the web page word counter. I love this. If you're not good with search engine optimization or you're very new to all of it, here's the deal. You want words on each of your pages. If you're making a single paragraph on each page, most likely that page is not going to be found. So I just put azdrone.net into here, and it's telling me, hey, for this front page, I have 800 words. Now, we all know I can go on long on video. Apparently, I can go on very long in written content too. The fact that I have some non-common keywords here, so stuff that I'm probably getting searched on: drones, services, aerial, estate, real, data. Also in here is Prescott many times over, and also in my header and footer and on different pages as well. So it all comes together and Google says, hey, Prescott drone photographer, Rich is one of these guys. Maybe we send a client to him. But so as you see, I've got words here, a lot of words. If we go into our drone services, let's say our drone construction services, because this is a big part of what we do here and we enjoy doing it too. Let me just put this in here. So we're going to do that. And we're going to count the words on our construction services page, because we wrote up a lot of explanations on that page about what we do, what it's used for, who's potentially interested, and 1,081 words on that page. They're not going to read it all, I know, but those words are driving them into my site where they can get a quick glance and see if they want to talk to me. So 30 times drone, data, construction, aerial project services, AZ for Arizona, progress for our progression monitoring. You know, we do a lot of these things. So if you're unsure about your website, maybe you're building your small Wix site, maybe you're building a small WordPress site or Squarespace, it doesn't matter where you're hosting. What matters is that you're actually putting usable information. So when you think about building your site, think about, you know, I type in a search for AirPods. It takes me to Amazon and Apple. Okay. So think about the words you're using that you want to direct your clients with. And no, you're not putting up a quarter-page Yellow Pages ad with an empty box. Don't do it. All right. So Wix, just looking back at this one more time. So Wix says submit to Google. Okay. So there we go. Prioritize your proactive indexing. So how you're linking your pages together. And then the next one, choose the perfect keywords. So words are important to Google, and we need those words. So coming back to my frustration yesterday, I swear my head was going to explode while I was talking with this person, and most likely we will be firing them as a client very soon, because I just can't deal with that kind of time wasting where it's an emergency phone call because somebody decided, oh yeah, we forgot about the website and we don't know why it's not doing anything. You need to send me some content, which is exactly what I told them yesterday. And the same goes for you. If you're building your website, you need to write up some content. You do not have to do this immediately. I get pushback from people often that, oh, this is overwhelming, Rich. Just pick one of your services and do a write-up on what you do. And then maybe next week, pick another service and do a write-up on what you do. Make sure that the verbiage is relevant and that you also understand, if I was searching for this, if I was trying to find your drone services, what are the words that I would be using? Like I said, it doesn't have to be overnight, but if you build some core information and you expand on that core information over time, you're going to get found more and more often. So don't be the guy with the empty quarter-page ad in the Yellow Pages. Actually put some content into it, and I promise you, you'll start getting found. All right, my rant is now over, and I am off to get back to work because I've got to do some web stuff for myself today. We'll see you all again real soon. I hope this was interesting and informative, and I hope it gives you something to think about when you're getting the word out there about your own drone and imaging business as well. See you guys real soon.